Blow for Meghan. This was a serious project.
Yeah, a Hollywood insider says we're 2 years into Netflix and Meghan securing the rights to make this movie, and there's no director, no casting calls, no cast. The writer's strike has come and gone. There's just simply no excuse.
It was meant to be a glittering night to remember, the 5th annual Critics' Choice Super Awards, one of Hollywood's most prestigious celebrations, drawing the biggest stars and most powerful industry figures. A dazzling red carpet stretched out, cameras flashing as the entertainment world's elite made their grand entrances. But for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, that picture-perfect evening quickly unraveled, transforming into a very public display of rejection and humiliation for all to see.
Meghan's camp is leaking stories that she's not done yet fighting to stay on with Netflix in a desperate bid. They claim she is still in the midst of negotiations. So with love, Meghan, season 52, here we come.
Sources reveal that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex arrived at the venue radiating confidence, the kind of confidence that comes from expecting a warm welcome. After all, this was Hollywood, the very world they've worked tirelessly to break into since stepping away from royal life. But the moment they approached the red carpet, everything shifted. Security guards acting on direct orders from event organizers stopped them in their tracks. No wristbands, no invitations, no entry. What might seem like a simple policy for everyone else became, for Harry and Meghan, the opening scene of a very public embarrassment.
Prince Harry has reportedly offered the royal family a peace offering in the form of sharing his official diary engagements with them in a bid to further reduce tensions between him and his father.
No invite, no access, and in the rarefied world of award shows, that's a rule carved in stone. At events like this, protocol is everything, and not even a former prince and his high-profile wife could bend it. Despite Harry and Meghan's global fame, the organizers weren't about to make an exception. Behind the scenes, the couple reportedly tried to plead their case, but each attempt was met with a firm and final refusal. The gatekeepers of Hollywood's elite simply weren't budging. As one insider put it, the message couldn't have been clearer. You're not part of the club. And if anyone thought the Sussexes would take that rejection quietly, they were wrong.
Important royal events going forward by sharing his schedule. This is something that you and I discuss all the time. We're like, oh, the royals have something important coming up. Here comes Harry and Meghan to hijack the headlines. It's believed that although...
Instead, witnesses recall a tense and heated exchange with security at the entrance. Meghan's expression, they say, shifted quickly from surprise to clear, simmering frustration. Harry's reaction was described as a blend of disbelief and barely contained anger. Moments later, the couple turned on their heels and stormed off, heads held high but tempers written all over their faces. And instead of stepping into the glittering lights of the ceremony, they vanished from the scene entirely.
Better have something to contribute to the culture. And these two have nothing. I think it's very telling, by the way. This sounds sinister, but you can't put anything past these two. I think they knew that the axe was about to drop from Netflix, and I think it's no coincidence that
It was a public spectacle of humiliation, one that attendees and bystanders won't soon forget. And according to insiders, this wasn't just an unfortunate one-off, it was a symptom of a much larger shift. Hollywood sources say the Sussexes' increasingly controversial and polarizing behavior has chilled their reception among industry power players. Once viewed as a royal couple poised to dominate the entertainment capital, they now face growing suspicion, skepticism, and even outright rejection. Years of controversies, media feuds, and public outbursts have taken their toll, tarnishing the shine that once surrounded their names. And this red carpet shutout, it was the unmistakable physical symbol of Hollywood's cold shoulder.
And sling their wares.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that obvious that the only successful commercial hit they had with Netflix was them talking about the British royal family? So call them up and go, hey, can we have 5? We need some more content, basically, is what that is.
For Harry and Meghan, image is everything. Their entire brand hinges on being seen as influential, glamorous, and firmly embedded in the world's most powerful circles. That's why being turned away at a major industry event didn't just bruise their egos, it shattered the illusion they've worked so hard to maintain. Millions saw the footage, read the reports, and for many, it confirmed a growing belief the couple is steadily losing their grip on both relevance and acceptance in Hollywood. And the damage goes far beyond one awkward night in this world. Invitations to red carpets, exclusive parties, collaborations, and high-profile projects all stem from relationships built over time and trust.
Harry and Meghan. And honestly, the Netflix is done, they're over it, coverage outweighs the there could be some hope there coverage, which I agree. I think that the Sussexes are pushing as a last-ditch effort, or perhaps Meghan is trying to negotiate something with Amazon Prime or
This very public snub sends a chilling signal to other event organizers, studios, and brands considering partnerships, a warning that the Sussexes' sphere of influence may be shrinking fast. Some say it could even mark a pivotal turning point in their Hollywood ambitions. Sources stress this Critics' Choice Awards moment wasn't an isolated embarrassment. Insiders point to a growing pattern. Harry and Meghan have, on multiple occasions, attempted to attend high-profile events without securing formal invitations. Whether it's red carpets, exclusive parties, or elite industry galas, their approach has often been seen as entitled, and that perception has rubbed many the wrong way. While celebrity status can open certain doors, the Sussexes' repeated unofficial appearances have reportedly frustrated organizers and fellow stars alike, chipping away at their already fragile professional relationships.
I do think it's some type of strategy, but what I thought was so funny, Radar says insiders say Markle and Harry have struggled with creative direction. Putin, the Pope, Harry wanting to sit down with Trump. When it comes to their content, one streaming source described the Duchess's show as
fully aware of the couple's controversial reputation and their potential to stir unwanted drama. Critics' Choice organizers weren't taking any risks. Behind the scenes, security teams were given explicit instructions to enforce the access rules without exception. Sources confirmed the decision to bar Harry and Meghan was intentional, a move designed to protect the integrity and exclusivity of the event. The message couldn't have been clearer. No matter how famous the name, no invite means no entry. This firm stance mirrors a broader industry shift toward accountability and maintaining decorum, even when it means turning away high-profile faces. And the moment the Sussexes were denied, it went viral in minutes. Clips of the tense exchange raced across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, with reactions pouring in. While a few sympathized with the couple, most responses were sharply critical.
What they think people want rather than being authentic. I totally agree with that, because you've said it a million times. That marketing podcast that went viral recently said it. Meghan should lean into the B word. Why is she trying to be Betty, the other B word? Stop trying to be Betty Crock.
Many online critics openly mocked what they saw as the couple's arrogance, questioning why they would even attempt to gatecrash a major award show. The social media backlash only magnified the negative press, reinforcing the perception that Harry and Meghan are out of touch with Hollywood realities. Several Hollywood insiders, speaking off the record, voiced frustration over the Sussexes' apparent disregard for industry norms. Hollywood runs on respect in relationships. One source explained, "You don't just show up expecting a red carpet unless you're on the list." Their repeated dismissal of protocol, the source added, has burned more than a few bridges. Another insider pointed out that the couple's royal past no longer carries the same weight in Hollywood, a place where influence is earned through collaboration, not entitlement. This very public rejection, they warned, could have lasting consequences, as invitations, film offers, and brand partnerships often hinge on reputation and goodwill.
But it's always Meghan with Jamie Kern-Lima.
Yeah.
And it's always other content creators who are mocking the emissions from one Meghan Markle, telling us all that it's okay if we have failed. It's like she's talking to herself, right? She's trying to...
Being barred from such a high-profile event sends a clear signal to studios, brands, and marketers. The Sussexes may now be seen as too risky or too problematic to work with. That perception could translate into fewer opportunities and greater isolation within the industry, making their Hollywood ambitions increasingly difficult to achieve. In the aftermath, sources say Harry and Meghan's team scrambled to reframe the moment as a harmless misunderstanding, but their attempts at damage control only fueled the fire, drawing even more attention to the controversy as media outlets dissected every last detail. With no official invitation and the very public nature of their rejection, it's almost impossible to spin this as anything but a major PR misstep. For their most loyal supporters, the snub is a painful blow, shaking the narrative of a smooth rise to Hollywood power status. For critics, it's confirmation of a growing belief. The Sussexes are increasingly arrogant, out of touch, and dangerously disconnected from the realities of the entertainment world.
Them struggling to create content and they're trying to be things that they are not. But I actually really think at the end of the day, there is no there.
Yeah.
And it's why Meghan struggles. She cannot have a friend into her fake kitchen because she doesn't really have friends, I think.
Yeah.
And she can't.
This growing polarization only makes it harder for Harry and Meghan to build a brand that appeals across the board. The 2025 Critics' Choice Awards denial wasn't just a fleeting moment of personal embarrassment. It was a flashing warning sign that Hollywood's doors may be starting to close. Without a renewed respect for industry customs and a serious effort to rebuild trust, their entertainment prospects could be far more limited than they or their fans ever imagined. Being turned away from a major industry event is damaging enough, but when that moment is caught on camera and broadcast to millions, the impact is magnified. For Harry and Meghan, the image of storming away from the Critics' Choice Awards in frustration isn't just awkward, it's a lasting symbol of a brand in trouble.
Across, and people can clock that from a mile away, and it's a very disturbing trait, very disturbing. People are repulsed by it.
You're absolutely right. It's the lack of authenticity that just makes you go, I need to turn this off because my body is rejecting it. Now, News Nation.
It's more than just an awkward red carpet moment. It's symbolic of a career in decline. Public rejection on this scale is rare in Hollywood, a place where image is currency. And this incident won't be remembered as a minor hiccup, but as a defining chapter in the Sussexes' post-royal story. Hollywood runs on connections, trust, and reputation. Three things the couple's repeated missteps have steadily eroded among event organizers, producers, and potential collaborators. Being blacklisted, whether officially or behind closed doors, means fewer invitations, lost projects, and shrinking access to the elite circles they're desperate to remain in. And because their public image is directly tied to their business ventures, from Netflix deals to podcasts to branded products, any damage to their personal reputation inevitably bleeds into every corner of their professional empire.
Contract even remotely similar to the original contract, but they say that Netflix will attempt to keep Markle around at least for one more season of With Love as part of a piecemeal deal, so it can try once more to make her product line as ever a
Brands and partners are cautious about aligning with figures who carry controversy or a reputation for disruption. And this very public rejection raises real doubts about Harry and Meghan's marketability moving forward. The entertainment industry has grown more selective and strategic about who gets welcomed into its inner circles. Their royal background no longer guarantees automatic access. Now they must actively prove their relevance and show respect for industry norms, something they've repeatedly struggled to do. The viral nature of their Critics' Choice snub means their reputation is now shaped not only by insiders, but also by millions of online viewers. While their most loyal fans remain steadfast, widespread social media criticism amplifies the negative narrative, making a comeback all the more challenging. Could Harry and Meghan rebuild? Possibly, but it would take humility, adherence to protocol, and a dramatic shift in approach. They'd need to demonstrate genuine professionalism, forge authentic industry relationships, and abandon any air of entitlement. In Hollywood, redemption stories exist, but only for those willing to acknowledge mistakes and respect the game. For the Sussexes, their public persona and long list of past controversies make that road especially steep. Beyond Hollywood, this moment feeds the broader narrative of their struggle to redefine themselves outside the royal bubble, and unless they adapt quickly, their media and entertainment ambitions could face serious, lasting headwinds.